Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? It's your boy Duck Zone 503 talking all things Oregon football, man. And today I'm going to be rolling out the Oregon Ducks spring football previews. Continuing this series, we've done the whole offensive side of the ball. Now we're moving into the defensive side. We're going to start with the defensive line. I got my co-host pretty much here now, Jonathan Charles at Jonathan_SD8 on Twitter, man. Say what's up.
What's up? What's up? I'm happy to do the defensive side. I like defense more than offense, to be honest. Especially the staff that Coach Lanning has in place. I'm very excited to break this down.
Oh, yeah, 100%, man. I'm very excited, very excited. I love defense just as much. So, yeah, man, let's get into it. April 23rd is the spring game, so we're going to be looking forward to that. 1 p.m. is the kickoff time, free admission with a couple of donations of some cans. So looking forward to that. Let's pack the house, Duck fans. Let's get into Autzen Stadium. Important to note, no vaccine requirement for outdoor sport venues. And that was reported by U of O themselves. So, yep. So coming back to old times, it looks like.
Yep.
All right. So this group coming into last year was expected to be one of the best in the country, headlined by Kayvon Thibodeau. With all the injuries that happened last year, never really got to see the full potential of what this group had to offer. Kayvon Thibodeau missed some time. Keon Ware-Hudson missed some time. Christian Williams missed some time as well. So just kind of sad to see. We've seen it game one, just how dominant that first half with the fully healthy Justin Flo as well. Man, just really got after the quarterback, really had pressure everywhere. So, man, it was kind of disappointing to see with the injuries what happened to this group, but got some guys coming back this year. A lot of moving pieces, though. We had Jason Jones go in the transfer portal to Auburn, and our number one guy, KT, man, who we've had here for a little bit now, has gone to the NFL, and that was expected after this year. So, you know, I'm sure the coach is prepared for that. And one thing to know here is there's really, in my opinion, there's not really a number one star on this D line. There's got a lot of guys with a lot of potential, like Dorless and Popo. They were all conference players last year, but just not really that number one guy, man. So what's some thoughts on this D line for you?
Yeah, I mean, of course, they're losing a few key guys. Jason Jones being the most notable as a zero tech. Being able to line up against the center and create pressure. Those are the kind of bodies that you just don't find on the West Coast. And I mean, they're returning a lot. They have some holes to figure out and get healthy. I know Keon Ware-Hudson is healing up right now with some off-season surgeries that he had. They are gonna collectively get more sacks, I think, this year than last year. It's gonna be a group effort if they're gonna achieve that. I don't think it's just gonna be one guy that's just gonna lead the team in sacks.
That's your hot take right there.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially this being that they're running as a 3-4 base, but they're running on the multiple fronts.
All right, yeah, man. I think it's gonna be. That's another thing that you just noted there. I think it's key that new coach Tosh Lupoy and yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up next. Toyota, how they develop and bring in talent on this position group, and also just what their scheme looks like with Lanning overall on the defense. I think that's something we're going to bring up pretty much in every video. At least I am. That like it's with all these guys, it's important on what scheme they're going to bring. I know we've seen in Georgia what he ran, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to run that here at Oregon. So we can have an idea of what they're going to run, but until we really see, we don't know. So until we see it in the spring game, I think we're going to get a better feel of also where a lot of players, and this not only involves the D line, but where a lot of players are going to be in position wise, because as you know, Jackson Power Johnson is joining the D line now and stuff like that. We got when we talk about linebackers and safeties, we're going to be talking about Jeffrey Bossa, stuff like that. And wherever they land is going to have a ripple effect on other position groups as well, if you get what I'm saying. So,
Right.
yeah. So with every position group, that's something to watch there. But specifically coming back to the D line, I think it's really, really, really huge that you had Dorlus and Popo Amave come back for another season. They had an opportunity. Both of them had a pretty solid opportunity to make it for the NFL. These guys have started 13 of the last 14 games last year together. So a lot of experience together between them. And I think Dorlus really came on strong. Then another guy, some other guys to mention is Keon Ware Hudson, Christian Williams, Jalen Smith, Keanu Williams, and another guy, DJ Johnson, who we can note in this group as well. I think you're going to see DJ Johnson play a lot of defense, more defense than offense this year in specific. He's been flipping on offense and defense the last 2 years. And yeah, not a lot of snaps with this group altogether, but it's going to be exciting to see how they develop together and gel. We just kind of talked about that with the O-line. So the only difference with the O-line is they've all kind of played together over the years. These guys, you know, they're kind of mixed in. Besides Dorlus and Popo, they were together for the remainder of a lot of last year. So, but behind them, not much experience, not much snaps. So it's interesting to see how that goes. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Popo coming back and Pody coming back as well. Those are two key guys in the interior defensive line. They're going to make a difference. Tiamahi out of the transfer from UW.
Yes.
It's going to make a difference. He's going to be in the 2 depth. And then on the edge, Dorlus and Swinson, who I expect to both make an impact, especially Swinson being a 3rd-year guy. Dorlus being a 4th-year guy, returning for his senior year because of the fact that he wanted to improve his draft stock and improve in his technique. And I think this defense collectively will help him, especially with T.O.T. and Lapoy and Lanning lead the charge.
Yeah, 100%, man. Really, really excited to see it. You mentioned Sam Tiamani, as you said, coming from UW, so that's a storyline there that we could talk about. Getting the guy from a rival school. So Dubs down on that. Let's go. Dubs down. So got Taki, real solid guy, man. Real solid 2-3 year starter there over there at the Huskies. One of the better D linemen over there. Another guy comes and joins this room. Nebraska transfer Jordan Riley. He followed D-line coach Tony Toyota. Toyota coached the D lineman at Nebraska before coming to Oregon. I think Tiamani really has a good chance of playing. I really do. I think he's going to play a lot. I don't know about Riley just because he didn't really even play much really at Nebraska. But with Taki, I think
Riley has not signed yet either. So there's no guarantee that Riley even enters the program this year as of yet.
Okay. Well, that's something to know that I didn't know that. So but on another note, I mean, I don't think it's really going to matter much, to be honest. I know that sounds kind of harsh, but I think Taki is a solid, you know, he was a solid starter for the Huskies for multiple years. And yeah, I think with the rotation, with the D line, how much they rotate, I think Taki's going to have a very good chance at playing a lot. Oregon also brings in some new guys as well from the 22 class. You got Sir Mells and Ben Roberts. Those guys were also, let's talk about Dubs down. Here we go. Former Husky commits, and they committed to Oregon. So let's go, Dubs down. Yeah. So man, I like Sir Mells, man. He's your bigger guy, listed at 6'3", 324. Then you got Ben Roberts at 6'4", 290. Mells is more of your classic D lineman that will plug up the holes and stop the run. I like Roberts, who has really good hands and is really athletic as an interior D lineman. I don't know if both of them play that much, but if they are to compete and get in there, I really like Mel's because just of his size. I think that Roberts has to develop a little bit more, get in the weight room and get a little heavier, but technique wise, Ben Roberts is really, really good. The only really solid, solid starters you have here is Popo and Dorless in the interior. You mentioned Swinson, but I'm kind of involving him with the linebackers. I'll mention him in the linebacker in the linebacker video. But coming off the edge, yeah, man, Swinson's very, very, very solid. And I just think the thing to watch is the guys besides Popo and Dorless, just the guys around them, how they really establish themselves for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be important to see how these guys get together and create some pressure off the edge, and who's going to be able to free up who, especially allowing Noah Sewell and Justin Flo to be active on the linebacker front, which we'll get into later in the next episode. But allowing those guys to get free and attack the quarterback and get a few sacks, because like I said, they're going to create more pressure this year, and collectively, I think they're going to get more sacks as a group than last year.
Yeah, 100%, man. That's a good hot take. We'll see if they can do it. This is another hot take, man. What do you think about this? This is one of my personal things. I think that you should start Taki up the middle and move Popo a little to the outside. Reason why I like Taki right there in the interior is because Popo is 290 and Taki is listed at 320. Tiamani has experience at being that run stopper up the middle as well. And it's just it's important to see how Tosh Lapoy and Lanning will scheme how this D line attacks. So what do you think about that, man? Would you like to see Popo move a little to the outside and bring Tiamani on the inside?
So you're saying like 4 guys on the D line?
Yeah, that's why I said like if they run a 4-3, I just don't know what the scheme's gonna look like, but that would be interesting just based off size because Popo's 290 and then Taki's like a good size at 320.
Yeah, so depending on the opponent, they're gonna fill out those holes on the defensive line, especially with the personnel they have, with guys being able to fill those gaps. They aren't just stuck to that 3-4 base. They run out of multiple fronts, so they're gonna be able to line up in an odd front or even front if they wanted to, especially for a team against like Utah or Stanford that likes to run the ball a lot more, or even USC if they play the Trojans at the end of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think this is one of the more interesting position groups on the team, just given how much it has to prove. And we don't really know what this defense is going to look like. I mean, we could speculate, like I said, but we don't know what it's going to be. So it's just kind of hard to predict where guys are going to be and how they're going to line up. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot of talent and a lot of guys to see that can really, really produce. Just have to stay away from injuries, man, because we have Popo and Dorless, but besides that, there's guys that haven't really proved themselves yet. So that's my kind of final thoughts on this group. I'm excited. I think there's a lot of potential, like you said. You even think they can get more sacks than they did last year without even a Kayvon Thibodeau. So gonna be interesting to see. Gonna be interesting for sure. See for sure, man. Any final thoughts for you?
Yeah, if there's a guy in the portal like at D line or edge, I think it's worth taking a look, because a lot of these guys transfer after the season, after spring camp, if not a little bit before that. So if there's a transfer defensive edge or D line guy worth taking, then you kind of take a look and see if Oregon has a chance. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, speaking at the time of this recording, it's March 12th, 9:18 p.m. They're in the top 4 for Mitchell Agude, and he's also on a visit, right, from the UCLA transfer defensive lineman. So that's someone to look out for. Speaking of transfers,
Lebeaus Overton, the 5-star defensive end, and his brother being a transfer defensive tackle. 2 guys that Oregon is looking at. Like Dom said, it's March 12th. They're both on campus visiting today, and they'll be visiting Georgia and Texas A&M, and then Oklahoma and Ohio State after that.
Yes, sir. 5-star D lineman Lebeaus Overton, and his brother is a Liberty transfer. Older brother Micah Overton. Lebeaus was the #1 overall ranked player in the 23 class, but reclassified to the 22 class, and now is looking to play college football next year. So it would be huge if Oregon could get him, man. It would be absolutely huge. So be on the lookout for that.
Difference maker. Yeah, Lebeaus Overton wouldn't be a KT replacement. He's more of a D-line guy as an edge guy, with his hand in the dirt. But there's a lot to like from both of them.
100%, man. I think that covers it. Unless you got anything else to say.
That's about it. Make sure to go follow me, Jonathan_SD8 on Twitter. Make sure to go hit that subscription or go subscribe, go hit that notification bell, go comment, go like. You already know the deal. You know how we do it over here. We always get you guys the best info. Go follow DuckZone503 on Twitter.
Yes, sir, man. You know what it is. The Duck Zone 503 family, man. If you guys aren't part of the family and subscribed yet, go hit that subscribe button. We're almost to 100 subscribers, man. So if we can get to 100, that'll be big time. Also go as you say, go hit that follow at Duck Zone 503. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter. So go if you guys want the updates quick as possible. I can't always get to my YouTube and record a video and edit as fast as I can send out a tweet. So go hit the follow. All things recruiting, basically recruiting guru, man. Jonathan Charles at Jonathan_SD8. We're all part of the Scoop Duck family. The Scoop Duck family brings you all things Oregon football, basketball, pretty much all the sports, man. We got you covered. So go get your subscription there. We're under the umbrella of On3. So shout out to On3 as well. So yeah, man, go Ducks, and I'll catch you on the next one of our spring previews here on Duck Zone 503.
See you guys. Appreciate it.